in Afghanistan. The latest news from there is that the US has finally left, gone. After 20 years, the final plane left, and with it, the hopes of many, many people on the ground who still want to be saved, including plenty of Americans. However, Joe Biden didn't say a word about this today. Instead, it was his Secretary of State who was giving the speeches today and listed a collection of countries that were involved in the bussing out and planing out of people who were not just Australians, people from the UK, but also Americans, but forgot to mention Australia.
This morning, I met with the foreign ministers of all the G7 countries, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Canada, Italy, Japan, as well as Qatar, Turkey, the European Union, and the Secretary General of NATO.
Now, in fairness, we're not part of the G7, but there were other countries that were spoken to. Way to take care of an ally, a special relationship, an alliance, and what, the 75th anniversary of ANZUS. Thank you so much, Joe Biden. Meantime, some of the reaction to the speech that was given by effectively a minister, not the leader of the country. Well, this was part of the reaction today in the American media to that performance of a rather wooden figure.
I thought that the Secretary of State's statement, which was videotaped, and he was looking slightly off camera. I mean, it looked like a hostage video. It was not the kind of production values that you would expect for such a moment in time.
As for the mess that is due to get worse, because the Taliban in full and absolute control now of Afghanistan, with no one in a position to be able to push back, and of course thousands and thousands of pieces of military equipment which have been left behind. This is the reporting on the ground about what is about to get worse.
This was a humbling day for the United States, a day of humility for a world superpower. Afghanistan has been called the graveyard of empires. The United States fought in Afghanistan for 20 years and is now, tonight, withdrawing, just completed its withdrawal.
The Taliban isn't a single entity. They don't really have control over all of their fighters, and they're having a very, very difficult time fighting ISIS. So I think the future of Afghanistan seems very bleak right now.
Well done, Swampy Joe. And as for the far left in the American media, well, they're rejoicing at the idea that America is out of Afghanistan. They don't care who dies because it's a chance to have a whack at Trump.
I think America is doing some growing up this week and learning that we are not Superman. We are not Captain America from the comics. We can't change and solve and remake the world. For God's sakes, we can't even make our own democracy fully work.
Disgraceful stuff.